I can't remember a time where Queen Elizabeth wasn't the Queen of England. So it's super weird to think that she's no longer going to be. Like, even our money has the Queen on it. Like, who's going to be on there now? Charles? It doesn't seem right somehow. And is he going to be the king now? Is he the default king, or is he going to give it to his son William, or the other Harry's son? He's not very popular with the royal family, so I'm sure he won't be the king. And it got me thinking about when I was a small kid. Everyone was really into the royals when I was a kid, in the 70s. I feel like, anyway, and everyone in my community. And when Charles and Diana got married, there were street parties all over the UK. So every street would have its own little celebration. It was bizarre. And there were all these mugs with the Diana and Charles on. And it's been a part of my life ever since I can remember, actually. It's just there in the background. And I never really thought one way or the other about it when I was a small kid. But it's always been there. It's a big thing in England to see that face on the stamps and the money. And it's a big part of our identity, I feel like, growing up. And then when I was a teenager, I went through like an anti-royal phase, of course, like any good rebellious teenager goes through that period of being staunchly anti-royal. I was like, no, it's not just the royal family. They should all be, just take everything away from them. They should not have all that money, blah, blah. But as I got older, I definitely, you know what? When I moved to America, I became like more into the royal family. It was like, gave me a sense of identity to see them or to hear about them. Like when I was in England, I wasn't really bothered about it. And my nan was really into the royal family. So we would argue when I was going through my phase of not liking the royal family. My nan was, we would argue, but we argued anyway because I had an ear piercing. She didn't like that. Not argued. She would put her favourite grandchild's picture on top of the television, and I was always on top of the television until I got my ear pierced, and then I was relegated to beside the television, and my cousin was on top of the television. So, but I'm sure when I went anti-royal, my nan would have taken me off the top of the television and put me, I don't know, put me on the side or even on the different cabinet completely. That was when you were really out of favour. But yeah, it is weird. And people keep asking me, what do you think? What do you think? So I thought this is not what I normally do on this channel, but I thought it'd be interesting to sort of give my opinion on this because it has just happened and people seem to want to know. So yeah, it's more weird than anything else. It's just part of our cultural identity has gone. So, and I just can't imagine anyone else's face on the money or the stamps, like I say. There is something nice about the like pageantry of the royal family. The theatre of the royal family is cool. I like the theatre of it, but I don't stand for the principles. I don't really like the principles of the elites, and obviously I'm not into that, but there's something cool about the theatre of it and the guardsmen and the horses. And I wish I could have been more into that when I was younger, when my nan was still alive, because we could have, bonded over that. But it's only since I moved here. When you move to a different country, you start to feel very patriotic about your country of origin, I've noticed. And I'm a US citizen now. And I was worried, does that mean I'm not, when I had to swear allegiance to the US, does that mean I'm not English anymore? Like I felt a little pang about giving up my Englishness, but apparently that's not the case. I'm both now, English and American. But yeah, very strange news. And no one, was she ill? I don't feel like I heard anything about her being ill. And suddenly she was just gone, very quick. And I wonder if her husband just died, Prince Philip. I wonder, that's quite romantic, isn't it, when old couples, one of them dies and then the other one dies very soon after from from not having their partner around. That's a sweet story. I wonder, I'm sure that probably had something that played into a little bit of her death. That is cute, isn't it? It's a nice story. You hear that a lot. The husband dies and then the wife dies. They're like in their 90s and the husband dies and then the wife dies like 2 months later or 3 months later because they can't bear to be apart. It's a sweet story. Anyway, I got a second therapy of the week in a minute. That's why I keep looking over here. Make sure I don't miss it. Because I should really have a clock over there to avoid looking round. But I always look and I say, is it recording? So, is it recording? Yes, it is. You wouldn't be very happy if I didn't do that because that's my thing. That's my thing. So I got my second therapy of the week. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I feel like I'm a bit drained today. I just feel... Yeah, it was funny. This morning I went to the house that Laura's in and the house we built. The house, you've seen it if you follow us. You've seen the house that was, you know the story about 14 months of construction and the contractor basically stealing loads of our money and running off with it, which still hasn't been resolved. But that was blood, sweat and tears. It's just, so to go back, it's funny. I have a weird feeling about being back there. Yeah, it is weird. And then the neighbour had dropped off a doll's house for Poppy. It's a beautiful big doll's house. And apparently she really loved the house, and Laura was saying how much she loved it. And I was like, yeah, I did that. But I love this house. This house has got a really good energy. It always has done. We've shot a lot of classic sketches. In this room, we did, the Potatoes song? That was done here. Shark song was done here. All of our music was done in this room or this room, or maybe in the garage, but all pretty much in this house. So it does have a nice vibe to it, and I think it's got luck. I think it's a lucky house. So I love it here. But going and seeing the kids in the new place is tough. Yeah, it is. So I've got to mentally prepare myself for therapy. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Are you supposed to have like something in your head when you have therapy? I've never done it. This is like maybe the 5th time I've ever done therapy in my entire life. So to have it twice a week it's intense. I got a call with Dr. Amen tomorrow. I'll tell you what happens there. We're communicating every week. He just wants to, keep an eye on me. So we'll see. Yeah, strange day. Just a strange day. The Queen stuff, which is just weird and abstract, and then feeling the weirdness of being at the house. And then I went to an AA meeting and everyone was sort of in a weird mood. So it's just been a really weird day. So that's the update today. How are you feeling? Put it in the comments. Do you feel weird today? If all you guys feel weird, there's definitely something going on. I love you guys. Let's speak tomorrow.